Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 2025 NFL Preview Series. This is the AFC West. I am your co-host, Reggie.
I am your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined. We are your HBCU homeboys. And this is the conclusion, the end, the finale. We have covered all the college teams. We are finishing all of the pro teams. If you need an opinion on a sports team, one group of guys gave it to you, and that's us. Let's talk AFC
Yes,
West.
sir. This is the end of the series. You can see the excitement and fatigue in our eyes. Shawty.
Right.
It is late. We are burning the midnight oil. But we promise we will get this out to you guys. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe, and go see all of our content on all where you get all your social media and
Everywhere.
podcast entertainment. Without further ado, we're gonna jump right in here, man. We're gonna start out with Denver, the Denver Broncos, who I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're a surprise last year. Bo Nix, who was I won't say controversial pick, but Sean Payton identified his guy, got his guy after a rough start with Russell Wilson, um, built that defense, and they play complementary football to each other. And Bo Nix and Sean Payton seem to have done really, really well. And they almost stole the division last year. I don't say almost, but they played really, really well. And
And
they
he
ended up
he
10-7 and upsetting the Broncos. If I'm sorry, upsetting the Bengals, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct. He's tried to create Bo Breeze. And the Bo Berry Biscuit himself almost did win Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year last year, until Jaden Daniels just went nuclear at the end of the season. But overall, you're right. It was definitely not something that any of us foresaw. I think that way more people have Marvin Harrison Jr. as a potential Rookie of the Year than Bo Nix, and proved us to be wrong. This team is intriguing because the expectation will be there now. Especially there'll be more tape. It'll just be, overall more to expect from them. But I think they're a solid team on both sides of the ball.
Yes, but they have a bit of bad luck to their depth. They've already had one, two, three, four, five, six players go on IR before the beginning of the season.
Woo, boy, life comes at you fast.
They did add Evan Ingram this year. They re-signed Cortland Sutton and Marvin Mims Jr. So those are your wide receivers.
Good move.
Cool. And then of course they have Troy Franklin, who I believe is either Franklin or maybe it's RJ Harvey. One of those depth receivers runs like a 4.2 flat 40, and he's like super fast, and they plan on using him a little bit more. And then of course they have a solid offensive line, and then their defense is their strength with Dre Greenlaw now, who is the right inside linebacker who they added to go along with Nick Bonino, Pat Surtain, DJ Jones, Zach Allen, and they added Hufanga there as the safety. So they've improved even more on that defense, which is crazy. Because they don't do nothing but man. They don't play no zone. They play man up, and we gonna beat you.
Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to run this draft for you real quick. Jahade Barron, cornerback from Texas, good move. RJ Harvey, running back from UCF. Pat Bryant, wide receiver from Illinois. Savion Jones, defensive end from LSU. Q Robinson, outside linebacker for Alabama. Jeremy Crenshaw, punter from Florida. And Caleb Lohner, tight end from Utah. This team, to me, very much so, seems kind of like the AFC version of the Packers. We got our quarterback who we like. We have some receivers who don't have big names, but we like the guys that we got. We have a coach that we believe can coach this team up. So in the spots where there may not be the greatest, the coaching will kind of carry you. And then a strong defense. They don't have Michael Parsons, though.
Yeah, but the Packers don't have Pat Surtain.
Fair enough. And you know what? When you look at it like that, you got your elite guy on defense for both of them.
He's the best cornerback in the nation, in the league, is what it's consensus. Defensive player of the year. I don't think Micah got one of them.
No,
So
definitely not.
so They are strong, man. I don't looking at their schedule. This is where I said it was a little bit unfortunate. Now they play, they play versus Tennessee, which I think they should handle, but Tennessee's gonna be a tough out because of that defense. At Indianapolis, at the Chargers, then they play Cincinnati at Philadelphia versus the Jets versus both New Yorks.
Not fun.
Then they play Dallas at Houston versus Las Vegas and versus Kansas City. It's a mixed bag, but it's another one of those schedules where they play 13 straight games. Like, I'm sorry, 11 straight games. They play 11 straight games before they get a bye. And then after the bye, they get Washington, Las Vegas, Green Bay, Jacksonville, Kansas City, Los Angeles. So I mean, that's a pretty evenly distributed schedule. Like, it's gonna be some struggle throughout the whole season because of this division.
Yeah, when you get to 1, 2, 3, week 4, you get Burrows and the Bombs. Then you get the Eagles. Then you get the Jets, who still got a solid defense. Then you get the Giants defensive line. Then you get the Cowboys. Then you get the Texans. You get whatever version of the Raiders. Then you get Chiefs command. Like, this is not fun. This is not fun. But if you go 10-7 this year, I'd be impressed.
They got the team to do it. I think they could split with Kansas City. I think they could split the division. Well, the top two. I think they could probably go 4-2 in the division. And I think that will give them a chance because they're going to be, remember, all them teams that got to come to them, but they have that built-in advantage of playing at Mile High. So, like, that's tough. And they playing against their home schedule. They ain't playing against nobody special other than the Bengals. They play Tennessee, both New York teams, Jacksonville, Green Bay, Dallas, and then, of course, the division games. So you have a chance to go 500 at home or even better with a winning division record should put you somewhere in the wild card. I don't know if it's enough to unseat Kansas City, though.
You could. I don't think that we will call it a surprise. No, I don't think they have it. I think that they're second. I think they could be better than the Chargers.
Yeah, they're rated as the number 11 team in the league. So I mean, they have the 15th hardest schedule, which is what I said is about me. It is very spread out very well. They had the number one scoring defense, total defense, pass defense, and third down defense. So that defense is going to win you some games, or at least keep you in the games. I can see them. I can see them at 11-6. I don't know how. I think they're good enough to stay in and win almost every game.
Right. And the defense being so good does a lot of heavy lifting for them. Bo Nix, you just got to keep them out of trouble.
Yep. So I got them right now. I'm trying to write this down because I don't really have a pick until we talk through it. Their roster, I don't remember if we already went through their roster. There's unfortunate there, misfortune. So I got them 10-7 or 11-6. All right. So after what you got?
I add 10-7, 11-6 too. Projected record 11-6.
About to say 8-9.
I think that their defense does really do a lot of the work for them. Like, that defense being that good. Hey, Bo, and you know that Sean Payton is just Bo Nix. As long as you really stay out of turnovers, that's the one thing they can't afford to do is give up turnovers. Outside of that, though, they're solid.
Yeah. So I got them at 11-6. So now that goes to Kansas City, 15-2, the quietest 15-2 season you'll ever hear. Nobody really talked about it. What you say?
Least respected.
Definitely least respected. Made it back to the Super Bowl where they got mollywopped by the best team in the league, and the best team in the league was the Philadelphia Eagles, and it really wasn't even close.
punched them dead in their mouth, and said, "Hey, I'm gonna punch you," and then hit them repeatedly.
Yep. So the Chiefs still have Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. You would
And
assume
that does a lot
Travis,
of your heavy lifting right there.
yeah, but you would assume that Travis Kelsey is on his last leg. He looked like he was on his last leg 2 legs ago, and now he's he's really hurt. I
Oh
mean,
well,
not hurt. He's just older.
it don't matter about your leg now, brother. You are engaged to that lady. They finna make you come off that football field because she worth $1 trillion. So, yeah, you better make this one good. I tell you that much.
Yep. Now they still have Isaiah Pacheco and Kareem Hunt, but their receivers, boy, we did not see anything from Hollywood Brown last year. You got Xavier Worthy and Juju Smith-Schuster along with Tyquan Thornton, Jason Brownlee, Jalen Royals, and Nico Remigio, with Rashee Rice coming off suspension after 4 games. They do have Noah Gray behind Travis Kelsey. They are trying to start a rookie who got hurt last year and tore his patella tendon in Josh Simmons, who is now going to come back and start to protect Patrick Mahomes' blind side, along with Jawan Taylor on the right. So they have mountains of men at tackle. What you think about
And
this offense?
I was about to say, hold on, let me run the draft class. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle, Ohio State. Omar Norman Lott, defensive tackle from Tennessee. Ashton Gillette, edge from Louisville. Noel Williams, cornerback from California. Jalen Royals, wide receiver from Utah State. Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker from Oregon. And Brashard Smith, running back from SMU. This offense is the offense. Missing Rashee Rice for the first 6 games of the season is going to be tough. He is suspended. Potentially though, I'm not counting these guys out ever. It's Mahomes, it's Kelsey, who I think is motivated because I think that he probably feels a way that people have counted him out. And it's Mahomes, Kelsey, Andy Reid, and they have a lot to prove, and it's intriguing.
This schedule is unfortunate, boy. First game,
Oh yeah,
home
15
versus
and 15 and 2. They're gonna try to do you in, big dog. It ain't.
first game, Chargers at home. Then you get Philadelphia Eagles at home. Then you get at New York Giants with
Ooh.
possibly the best pass rush in the league.
Then you get the Ravens, who
Then you
might have
get
the
the
best
Ravens at
defense.
home. Then you go back to Jacksonville. So you go West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast,
No. West Coast,
Midwest.
East Coast. No, Philly, then New York, East Coast, and
Then
then you
Baltimore,
get
East Coast.
Ravens. Oh, you're right.
No,
You're
that's at
right. You're
home.
right.
No, that's at
Oh,
home.
you're right. You're
Baltimore's
right.
at
You're
home.
right.
So that's back
I'm
on.
tripping. Yeah.
So that's Midwest. So, but they do a lot of traveling. Then they get at Jacksonville. Then they get Detroit at home, Las Vegas at home, Washington at home, at Buffalo. That's a hell of a schedule at the beginning of the season. Then they get a bye week after 9 straight games. Then they play at Denver, home versus Indianapolis, at Dallas, home versus Houston, home versus the Chargers, at Tennessee, home versus Denver, at Las Vegas. That might be a top 10 strength of schedule right there, to be
Oh
honest.
yeah, absolutely. That's what I mean. But you have to know that going in, if you have that type of record, then yeah, they're gonna make sure that you don't do that again. I mean, that's just how it is. If you lose a bunch of games, you have an easier schedule. You win a bunch of games, you have a more difficult schedule.
Yeah, it's with this schedule, if Denver was gonna do it to unseat them, because I think they won what 5 or 6 straight, maybe
Mm-hmm.
7. I don't think Patrick Mahomes has not ever won the division. If this would be the year, because this schedule, along with the suspensions and the questions at receiver,
Right.
look it looked tough. This would be the time to get them.
Trick bag shawty. Trick bag shawty.
But if y'all let them stay and let them stay in the running, and then offensive tackles get used to playing in the NFL,
And I refuse to let you go. You can beg and plead for your sympathy, but these L's don't mean that much to me.
Kansas City
Yeah,
over under 10 wins. I mean,
10.
I'm
Got to be 10. Got to be 10.
10-7. That record, I'm saying strictly 10-7 off of Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes.
Right.
That schedule is a nightmare.
But that 10-7, y'all don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. Oh, none of
What?
y'all want that. Because I think if they can go 10-7 and hold it together, there'll be a problem for somebody. There'll be a problem for a good team too.
Yeah, but they'll probably be on the road. They don't play on the road.
I don't.
One time they played on, but they did beat Baltimore on the road. That one year they played on the road.
Right. Didn't they go to Buffalo and beat Buffalo on the road?
Did they beat Buffalo in Buffalo?
I think so.
I mean, I could be wrong. I may be crazy. Then, yeah, I mean, you can't count them out either way. The Chiefs are the favorite. They're gonna be the favorite until you unseat them. I don't care what you have, but I think Denver has the best chance. So I see them 10-7, 11-6, somewhere in there. I don't know how
I
they're gonna
agree.
do it.
They just
Oh,
they have the pedigree that hey, we can. And if any of y'all have any level of, I mean, I guess that goes for everybody. If you have injuries, then all of this is for naught. But don't let them get confident.
yeah.
Because if you ain't the Eagles, talk to them nice. Still respect. Yeah.
So let's move on. What you got? You said 10-7 too. So let's move on to
Yeah.
the Raiders. Las Vegas. New new everything. New coach, Pete Carroll. Well, new old coach. And Pete Carroll. New offensive coordinator and Chip Kelly, who helped Ohio State win the title last year. They bring in Geno Smith. And then after that, they already have Brock Bowers, who Norwood said wasn't going to be good. They signed
Damn,
Amari Cooper.
you'll never say that when I tell you about somebody who is gonna be good though. That's crazy though. But I was wrong. Players fuck up.
But you be so loud. You be so loud. And then Jacoby Myers, who is in the midst of a
But
contract.
I've been loud about being wrong too. I've said it 1,000 times. I was wrong. Big wrong.
Jacoby Myers, who was also a hold-in, and then of course they drafted Ashton Genty along to pair. I wouldn't even say pair. They have Raheem Mostert and Zamir White. I assume that they'll make a move for one of them. Got to go eventually. And then on defense, of course, they got Max Crosby, Tyree Wilson, Jermaine Pratt, Darian Porter, who is a really good cornerback, and then they signed Eric Stokes and they drafted Chris Smith last year. So, and they have Jamal Adams, who is now from safety to linebacker. So,
yes, and
what you think about the team?
that is a big move for them. I think that he is going to do his damnedest to try to prove to everybody that I can play linebacker too. In their draft is Ashton Genty, number 1, running back from Boise, Jack Beck, wide receiver from TCU, Darian Porter, cornerback from Iowa State, Caleb Rogers, offensive tackle from Texas Tech, Charles Grant, offensive tackle from William & Mary, Dante Thornton Jr., wide receiver from Tennessee, Tonka Hemingway, defensive tackle from South Carolina, JJ Pegues, defensive tackle from Ole Miss. That was a really good pickup in the 6th round. Jeez. Tommy Malott, wide receiver from Montana, Cam Miller, North Dakota State quarterback, and Cody Lindenberg, linebacker from Minnesota.
Yeah, so they I mean, this was a defensive heavy draft, so you can't really say every team with defense. Every team with a lot of them were best available, and this is a really strong defensive draft. They play a decent schedule, very even. They get a bye week at week 8. They start off at New England, then home versus the Chargers, at Washington,
Next season. This team
home
is
versus Chicago, at Indianapolis, home versus Tennessee, at Kansas City, bye week. That ain't the worst.
but they are. You don't stand a chance, brother. I don't know how to tell them that. Maybe they don't want to hear it. This ain't your year.
They could be 4-3 going into the bye week.
Can you get to the playoffs like that? If you can't, they is stuck.
The AFC East. Well, we'll keep going. Then they play Jacksonville at Denver, home versus Dallas, home versus Cleveland, at the Chargers, home versus Denver. Ooh, and then at Philadelphia, at Houston, home versus the Giants, home versus Kansas City. Yeah,
And
that's where you get. That's where you're
and
gonna
you'll be taking your ass home
go.
to stay. I don't know if
That
you know
second
that.
half of the season, you might go 2, 1, 2, maybe 3.
That second half of the season, you will be going home. Is where you're
3 and
going.
7. That's a 3 and
Home.
7, 3 and 8 type season.
Your ass is headed to the house.
Yeah, y'all gonna get the 5 wins, 5 and 12, 6 and 12. I'm sorry, 6 and 11. I said 4 and 3 at the beginning of the bye, and then they're gonna win 2 games in the second half of the season, and that's gonna get them to 6 and 12. I'm sorry, 6 and 11 or 7 and 10. That's where they're gonna be.
I love that for you. Your ass is going home. Best thing y'all can do is figure out what y'all doing for next year and figure out what y'all doing for the
Ooh, I
summer
forgot they
this
just
year.
traded for Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. And who else they got? The Raiders are signing veteran quarterback Jeff Driscoll. Boy.
Oh, that's because Aiden O'Connell got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's tight on the Raiders,
Geno
especially
or nothing.
yeah, yeah. Especially when your receivers holding out and you're in the division with Denver, who has I wouldn't say they were always ahead of y'all because they're better run organization, it seems like, but they leaving y'all in the dust with Kansas City, and then the Chargers, who are ranked. The Chargers are perpetually ranked as a top 10 team in the league in the preseason every year, and every year they disappoint. Well, I don't say disappoint. They just in that division because they went 11-6 last year.
Right. It is. They're in an unfortunate, constant situation of what their issue is for me is their receivers drop so many wide, be dropping the ball all the time. It's like, why can't you pick guys who just don't drop the ball all the time?
Yeah, Quentin Johnson set them back like 10 years. Justin Herbert. Now they did draft Amarion Hampton, and the goal was to pair him with Najee Harris, who was 1,000-yard rusher, but he almost fireworks again, y'all. Fireworks again.
He was clear, but y'all got to stop. Now that is one thing I think that they should put right in y'all damn contract. If you play with fireworks, we don't pay you no money because we need you to have fingers and eyes, and y'all seem not to be able to do that, and then come back with all of the above.
Yeah, and of course they got Lad McConkey, and they re-signed Keenan Allen, and they have Quentin Johnston. I don't. Whatever, Quentin Johnston. So then they also have Will Disley, and they have Tyler Conklin and Rondé Gatson the second. So they actually have a pretty decent team to run the ball and do a lot of play action pass and throw the ball down the field because they have a good line with Joe Alt. But man, they just paid Rashawn Slater this year, and then he's out for the season. I think it's a knee. They have Mekhi Becton and Bradley Bozeman. Brought in Becton from the Eagles, and then also have Trey Pipkins, and then Jamari Sawyer is the swing tackle. Now defense, they're pretty good on defense.
It's just the same team every year, bro.
Khalil Mack and a bunch of people. Derwin James,
Denzel Perryman.
Oh yeah, Denzel Perryman. Yep. And then Cam Harder and Dante Jackson at cornerback. I mean, you're right. It's the same team, and you just stuck. You stuck, really. If you were anywhere else, you would probably be a division winner.
Yeah, that is the unfortunate truth. Is I don't know how to help you out of this situation. The draft class of Marion Hampton, running back from UNC, Trey Harris, wide receiver from Ole Miss, Jamari Caldwell, defensive tackle for Oregon, Kyle Kennard, good pickup in the fourth, edge rusher from South Carolina, Keandre Lambert Smith, wide receiver from Auburn, Oronde Gadsden the second, wow, tight end from Syracuse, Branson Taylor, offensive lineman from Pittsburgh, and RJ Mickens, safety from Clemson. But everything sounds good here. Trey Harris, a wide receiver, bringing Keenan Allen back. You got Quentin Johnson, who you hope don't drop the ball. You got Laddie.
He leading
Joe
leading
Alt.
getting drops in the preseason.
Right. Mekhi Becton. You got Herbert. You got Najee with an eye patch, but can y'all get over the hump or no? Are y'all just gonna potentially just perpetually be in that spin?
No, I don't. I mean,
No way
Jim
out.
Harbaugh was a great hiring because of the way they're going to play football, and they're always going to be in it. But they have they went from trying to catch the Chiefs to battling the Broncos, and at this point, you got to battle the Broncos, and
You got to be better than the Broncos. You have to be. You
they
have
weren't better
Justin
than
Herbert.
last year. It's a battle, and that's really what's going to keep the Chiefs reign supreme. Is y'all going to beat each other up, and y'all going to lose by 2 points to the Chiefs every game. I will say it's going to be some good football.
Yeah, because the one thing the Chiefs have is just that experience. They know how to win when it's time to win.
Yeah. So looking at this schedule, start out with Kansas City, then at the Raiders. So you start out with 3 straight division games. That's crazy. Then you play the Broncos, then New York, Washington, Miami, Indianapolis, Minnesota, Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Jacksonville.
That ain't bad. The
You can
schedule
win
is
all
not
them
bad.
games. You
Yeah.
can win all those games.
But then look at the end of that schedule.
Then Las Vegas, Philadelphia, Kansas City, Dallas, Houston, Denver.
You can lose
Yeah,
all them
you
games.
gotta win all those games. You gotta win all those games because you gotta be able. You could lose all those games. 2, 4, 5. So if you were to go 7-3 and then 1-5, that's 8. That's another 8 and 9. I see 9 and 8. Maybe 9 and 8, 10 and 6. I mean, 10 and 7 on a
Y'all,
good day.
that's going to be a good dogfight between them and the Broncos. And I
And
potentially
the Chiefs. The Chiefs schedule crazy.
the West, maybe all the West teams are competitive with each other.
Again, if this is the year to do it, this would be the year to do it. To get Patrick Mahomes off the throne of the AFC West. I don't see it happening. I'm picking the Chiefs to win it, even with that schedule.
I'm gonna tell y'all, if y'all get him off the throne, y'all can get him a good draft pick. That's what y'all gonna do.
Y'all can get him a good receiver,
Right.
a two-way player. So with that being, who you got?
I got the Chiefs. You know I'm rocking with my boy Mahomes.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against them.
And then Chargers and Broncos are like the little brothers trying to fight for who can stand next to the big brother.
Yeah.
And then the Raiders is like, well, we'll try to, and I want to be very honest. Next season, it could be real flat. Could be the flattest.
You talking about next year?
Yeah, because I mean that's my thing with the Raiders is they just everything too new over there. But I do think that they have potential, especially if you make a couple moves. And you think that, I mean, you think this probably last year for Kelsey, so retirement. So you're gonna lose a guy who means a lot to your offense, but you also get some money back.
Yeah, this is the free agent deadline. Everything we talked about for this draft, for this division on all 4 was like, okay, the 3 teams are pretty muddy together. Who's going to make the move at the deadline to try to separate themselves? Who has money to make the move at the deadline and separate themselves? It may look like who had all them running backs? It may look like it could be Los Angeles. They may need to go get a receiver. I don't know where you would go get one from. Who's unhappy at this moment? But that Quentin Johnston experiment needs to go ahead and be gone. Go ahead and get that up off the books.
I think that is he expensive?
No, he's on a rookie contract.
Oh, then yeah, he probably just lad is the dad over there. It's sad. That's a sad state of events, but maybe see if y'all can get Hunter Renfrow and just put them all out there together and make them.
He with Carolina.
I know, but I feel like Justin Herbert Harbaugh, Lad McConkey, and Hunter Renfro would be something for somebody.
If I were them, I would try to make a move for Tyreek Hill some kind of way. And now you got your possession receiver, your speedy lad, and then you have the joystick and Tyreek.
Harbaugh is not dealing with that. Not a chance.
In LA? Yeah, you're not dealing with that in LA.
Man, and that boy have 17 new baby mamas.
Let's see what you can get for Jalen Waddle.
You cannot let him run loose in LA. Hell no, boy.
See what you can get for Jalen Waddle. You got Jalen Waddle over there.
No, he's not available. Don't even call my line. Don't even hit my line for him. You think I'm gonna let him go and keep Tyreek? Multiracial McDaniel is playing for his life, and you think I'm gonna let the one thing that I got over here to act like he got some sense go? No, you smoking dope. And that's
supposed to be bad. The Raiders not gonna trade anybody, so maybe they are stuck with old boy Quentin Johnston. That sucks because he can't catch it all. It's a mental thing. But for me, like we said, Kansas City's gonna win the division. We have come to the end of the AFC West. That is it, correct? Norwood, if we didn't miss anything, take us out.
And we've come to the end of the road. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a Dive Team Media production. Thank you for rocking with us. We've covered all the football there is to cover. The fantasy draft for us is tomorrow. This will come out in the days to come. Listen to everything. Support us. Support Black creators. Support HBCUs. Thank you for rocking with us through all of this. We want to hear what you think about our opinions on your teams. Please say it in the comments, not in my text messages, not when you catch me at the barbershop. Don't call me in the middle of the day while I'm working to tell me that you don't like my opinion. Put it in the comments. And the reason I say that is because y'all do this all the time. Outside of that, adios, mi amigos. God is love. And until we meet again, y'all be safe. We out this thing. And I'm going to hit the end record button right now.
Wait, hold on. What should they do? Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you, my friend. Here for it.